A successful development project seeks to optimize the use of available land. Often, the placement of stormwater management facilities comes at the cost of using land that could otherwise be used for an additional home or a neighborhood park. Utilizing a combination of Maxwell's and StormCapture Detention chambers, robust stormwater management could be provided in a minimal footprint.
So the original design had contemplated a more traditional approach for the land plan on how we would accomplish the LID and water quality. When we got into the land plan and the engineering, it was identified that that would be a hard solution to implement because of some of the layout and the way the site was configured. So we needed to look for an alternative approach to try and avoid losing lots and losing value in the project.
The civil engineer came to us and said, we need to find some different approaches to stormwater for our stormwater strategy. So using the strategic locations that Paul identified, we went out and drilled some wells, did some downhole infiltration testing at certain key areas. I think we did 4 locations, 30 to 50 foot deep, measured the infiltration and prepared a report, which we passed on to Paul.
Utilizing a solution that achieved a vertical concept with the dry wells and using the storm capture really achieved what we needed to do. We weren't giving up as much land area as we would have with a horizontal solution using basins and more traditional LID objectives. So that really was of benefit to the overall project in this particular case, given the constraints of the land plan. If we were in a situation where we would have had to modify the land plan, we absolutely would have lost lots, which would have lost value in the project for our client. In addition, we would have lost time. It would have taken a significant effort to revise the land plan, go back through the review and approval process, would have had to redo the drainage analysis to contemplate the revised design. So it would have been a pretty good extension of the project in terms of time and money. Value on a project such as this isn't really achieved until you start construction and start going vertical. So from that standpoint, getting to the point where we could do construction in the field and start implementing the project was pretty significant in order to get return on our client's investment. Once we identified this as a potential solution to use the dry wells and the storm capture, we went to the city of Roseville as the jurisdictional agency and presented the concept to them. They were familiar with dry wells and the concept, and coupled with the work that Mark and NGO did, we were able to put together a persuasive argument on why this was a good solution, and took that to the city and were able to get it approved and then obviously implemented in the field. As we worked through the process, it was important to work collaboratively with Torrent on the design. They were able to provide the calculations, details, and things necessary for us to be able to identify what needed to be done on the plan, as well as to take that information and submit it to the city as the jurisdictional agency and gain their approval. So working collaboratively with Torrent was a really big part of this project for successful implementation.
State-of-the-art stormwater management practices like underground detention combined with deep infiltration provide an ideal way for developers to optimize their land use while still complying with stormwater regulations, allowing for smart, efficient, and sustainable development that benefits all.